Hey everybody, it's Knothead. Two things I'm going to cover in this video. One, I got asked to do a Marshal etiquette video and driver etiquette. I'm going to do driver's etiquette in a different video, probably either later this week or early next week. Today I'm going to talk about my Walter Sucks bit as well. So we're going to cover Marshal etiquette and my video bit. We're going to cover the bit first because it's a little bit easier and simpler explanation. A lot of my videos you see where I get somebody to come in and say their name and then Walter Sucks. That kind of started as a joke. It was at a club night one night racing with a buddy of mine, John Metzger, and while he was on the track, I shouted out Metzger sucks. Shortly after that, it was John Metzger got stickers made for hashtag Walter Sucks, and another guy who used to race, Jason Wallish, kind of kept egging it on, so it kind of turned into a joke. So I don't want anybody to think I don't want anybody to think that's really kind of a bit, where it, people really think that it's just kind of a bit. So it is what it is. I'm just trying to have a little fun with myself. But on to the Marshal etiquette. I'm going to cover it in two bits. I'm going to cover marshals on the track and then drivers themselves. But I want to preface this before I go into any of those. This is its own thing. Kids on the track marshaling. Kids on the track marshaling should never be involved with anything nitro or 8th scale. I'm going to include gas truck with that only because still a nitro, it's still hot, kids can get burned. Please keep your kids away from anything that runs nitro and anything 8th scale. It's dangerous. I don't want to ever see a kid get hurt. So marshals on the track. The first things first, most important is your safety. Look both ways before you go out to get a car. Make sure it's safe for you. If you didn't watch any of the Dirt Nitro Challenge, or if you were watching the Dirt Nitro Challenge, you probably saw a guy get hit in the head with, I think it was a nitro truggy. That's dangerous. Make sure it's safe for you. Worst thing I've ever seen or heard, I was actually at, I think it was a Lone Star at NDRC World. A guy got hit in the shin with a nitro truggy. Took 19 stitches to close his leg. He did go out when it was safe, but car came around and was there as he was turning around. So just make sure it's safe for you. Look both ways and face the traffic if you can. Marshals, whenever you pick up a car, just put it down. Put it down in the right direction, facing forward, kind of out of the way, out of traffic. That way it's not in the way of any other cars oncoming. If it's around a jump or a difficult section, try to put it down somewhere where it's easy for the car to get going again. Like if it's on a jump, like it's over here on the side of the jump going this way, don't put it down right in front of the jump. Kind of put it down in the middle of it. That way it has momentum and can get going, and it just makes it a little easier for the car to get close to back on pace. Also, don't throw the car. Sometimes I know whenever I pick up a car, I'll hold it by the wing and the front bumper, and I'll give it a little bit of forward momentum, but just don't throw the car down. There was an incident at a race where somebody threw a car down and somebody didn't like it. Bad things happen. I'm not going to go over into it because it caused a lot of drama for one of the tracks near me, but don't throw the cars. Just put it down. Just flip it over. It's not that big of a deal. Also on that note, don't marshal a car down if another one is coming. Don't put it in the way of somebody. Wait for that car to go by. It's not going to take that long. Or if you can put it off to the side, put it off the side. Also, don't hold on to it. Put it down as soon as you can. As soon as you can get the car back on its wheels and going, do it. I know there was one race I picked up a car and I held it for maybe 2 or 3 seconds, longer than I needed to, and it made somebody mad. So I was just trying to make sure, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to try to explain it. Just put the car down as soon as you can in a safe direction. And also, depending on the size of the track, sit down on the infield. I know, like a Dirt Nitro Challenge, there are people standing, but the size of that track, the space in between the lanes, and the height of the driver stand, there was enough that people could stand and not be in the way of vision. Smaller tracks like my home track in DRC World, Shaw's, even Thornhill down in Hutto, Texas. Sit down in the infield. You block off more than you think, especially if you're around a turn. Just sit down in a chair. It's makes it easier for the drivers. That way they wreck less and you work less. So it's kind of a give and take. Drivers, try to be aware of when a marshal's on a track, especially near a jump, especially near high-speed sections. Those cars can hurt. 19 stitches to close a leg. Also, it keeps you going. You know, you don't slow down because you have to have a marshal flip you over. Plus, it's just safer for everybody. Big thing for me, big thing for a lot of people actually, is if your car is on its lid or it's off the side of the track or whatever like that, and a marshal is near your car, don't even think about hitting the throttle. This happened to me this past weekend at Lone Star. I was going to pick up a nitro car. It come off a jump kind of weird, landed on its lid. The driver already cleared it a couple of times. Other cars went by, and as I was going down to pick up the car, they cleared it again. I think it tore off a little bit of skin. I'm not sure if you can see that. It bit me pretty good. Don't touch the throttle near a car. If it flames out, it flames out, and that sucks. I'm sorry. As an RD once said, you should have a good tune on your car to where it doesn't flame out if you wreck. But don't touch the throttle. It's not safe for the marshals. Drivers, also, don't yell at the marshals. If you flip over and a marshal doesn't see it right away and it's kind of nearby them, it's okay to give them a friendly reminder with the nitro, rev it a little bit, let them hear the car. If it's in between a jump and it's kind of near them and they can't see them, it's okay to, after a couple seconds, to let them know. And I realize on the driver's stand, it feels like a couple seconds is eternity, and on the track, it kind of is. But don't yell at them as soon as your car flips over. You shouldn't be yelling at a marshal right as your car flips over. It's impossible to expect somebody to see your car instantly and flip it over. If it's been a bit and they haven't seen it, it's okay to give a friendly reminder if the RD doesn't say anything. The RD should kind of be able to see. I mean, they're not going to be able to see everything. But if an RD says something about it, don't say anything. Don't say anything. Now, if it goes off the back of the track, like at Thornhill this past weekend, there were several cars that went off the back of the track. Yeah, let a marshal know it went out back. But don't yell at them right away. And those are just some kind of high point things that I wanted to bring up. But like I said, I'll cover driver stand etiquette and driver on the track etiquette a little bit more in another video. But as always, again, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share these videos. Let's get up to those 100 subscribers so we can give away some tires. Thanks for tuning in, guys.